Bună dimineața! Invitatul din această săptămână la interviurile one-to-one de la Europa Liberă este excelența sa, ambasadorul extraordinar și plenipotențiar al Japoniei în România, domnul Hiroshi Ueda. Acest interviu este prilejuit de transformarea recent a relației veche de peste un secol dintre Japonia și România într-o relație strategică. So, Your Excellency Hiroshi Ueda, Ambassador of Japan in Romania, thank you very much for giving us this interview.
Thank you very much for having me.
There were 5 years of negotiations, and after this period we have a success. The relationship between Romania and Japan has become very important one by raising the partnership to a strategic level. Why was it important for Japan to raise this relationship at this strategic level?
Well, thank you very much for having me again. And as you told me, it started 5 years ago when in 2018, the then Prime Minister Abe came to Romania for the very first Prime Minister of Japan to Romania. And he promised with President Iohannis to raise the relationship of the two countries to the strategic partnership level. And after the 5 years of negotiation, we succeeded to launch this partnership. And it's very important because, well, thinking about the situation of the world now, it's in a very special moment for the whole world. And we, like-minded countries, should be united and get the alliance. And so in that sense, it's very important for us as well. We have not many strategic partnership countries, so Romania is a very important country now. It was important, but it's now more important. So we'd like to be in good relationship, and we'd like to keep on tackling the matters of all over the world.
My second question is, what are the objectives of Japan or the objectives of Japanese companies, big companies, especially from the economic point of view here in Romania?
Well, thinking about the economical front, now there are roughly 110 Japanese affiliate companies operating in Romania, and whose jobs is roughly 40,000. But Romania is a developing country. I mean, in a sense, developing rapidly and expanding, and we have much opportunity to invest and cooperate in the economical sense. And in that sense, the strategic partnership will expedite the speed of the strengthening of the relationship in the economical front.
A few Romanians think they know that the bridge over the Danube at Brăila is being built by a huge company, Japanese company, 150 years old, or maybe more. The history of this company is in association with an Italian company we built, Astaldi. So the name of the company is IHI Infrastructure. Do you know when this bridge will be inaugurated? Because there are some delays.
Well, I'm not sure when precisely it will be the construction will be over, but it is, I think it's very soon. And after it's a very long bridge, as you might know. It's 2,000 meters long, and the third longest suspension bridge in EU countries, I recognize. And I think it will be the construction will be over soon, and after that we'd like to celebrate for that.
Soon means maybe in June
I'm
or
sure
this
I cannot,
summer?
Well, I cannot precisely say about that.
Okay, but IHI Corporation of Japan invested more than 20 million American dollars into New Scale Power LCC company, which is the company that intends to install in Romania small modular nuclear reactors. There are Romanians who think there is a new technology and maybe they are afraid. Can you tell us, please, how this company is investing through this company in Romania, and what is the goal?
The field of a small modular reactor, you know, the technique of the nuclear reactor is, I mean, how do you say, in fashion now all over the world because of the climate change, and we need less CO2, you know, carbon footprint, you know, technologies. And IHI IHI is a very good company in this field as well, not only the construction of bridges, but also the construction of nuclear power plants. So they are intending to invest to the company in the United States to how do you say, broaden the field of their works.
Now in Romania.
Well, the investment is to the U.S. company, and the U.S. company is investing, I mean, operating with the cooperation of the Romanian company. So in a broad sense, IHI will, you know, cooperate with Romanian companies, I hope.
What can you tell us about the intention of some Japanese companies to participate in the construction of a high-power optics production center in Măgurele near Bucharest?
Well, it's called ELINP, Extreme Light Infrastructure, and it's a very, you know, high-tech, cutting-edge technology cooperated with in the cooperation with the Japanese technology. And in Măgurele, the optical center will be constructed by the Romanian government. And at the occasion of President Iohannis came to Japan last month, the MOC, Memorandum of Cooperation, was signed between the ELINP and also Osaka University, which is very good at this technology, and also Okamoto Optics, you know, a company which has the technology of this kind. So the collaboration of these three parties, it will be a very good, you know, cutting-edge, state-of-the-art technology.
As far as I know, there are also Japanese specialists also at Măgurele. Do you know how many they are working
Well, I'm
here?
not sure, not so many, but you know, very, you know, for example, the former scientific director was a Japanese, and there are many, you know, such kind of important posts which are, you know, covered by the Japanese people. So it's very, you know, Japanese technology, you know, doing a lot to that company, I mean, institution.
Let's hope we'll see the final project at Măgurele. Is your country interested in having military cooperation also with Romania?
Well, it's actually it's very difficult because our legal constraints make it very difficult for us to you know, support in the military, you know, field. But lethal defense equipment is very difficult, but non-lethal military equipment we can supporting to Ukraine now. So I think it's we have some room for that.
Okay. In the context of North Korea missiles launches and the tension in your region over China's reactions, your country Prime Minister Fumio Kishida said in January, Ukraine may be the East Asia of tomorrow. How do things stand today?
As you said, our Prime Minister Fumio Kishida is always saying that Ukraine today may East Asia tomorrow, which means that the Russian aggression against Ukraine is the break of the international order based on the rule of law, and which is not only the matter of Europe, but also the whole world, because it's concerning the order, I mean the law. So if we let go the Russians to you know, invade with against the law, it can be applied to Asia as well. So the matter is on the same ground. So we have to think not only not only Europe, but also Asian matters.
Japan is helping Ukraine a lot in its war with Russia since the beginning of the invasion. Japan helped until now Ukraine, as far as I know, with humanitarian emergency supplies and defensive capabilities, and there are about 2,000 roughly Ukrainians in Japan. And the total support, I think it's more than $6 billion of American dollars or more, as I said. Do you intend to add offensive arm to your support for Ukraine?
Well, first of all, we are supporting Ukraine from the very first day of the aggression of Russia. And the total amount actually is 7.6 billion US dollars. So the amount is very huge, massive, and multifaceted. And as you said, we received the refugees from Ukraine. The number is roughly 2,300. And we are supporting Ukraine, as I said, in many multifaceted phases. But it's a bit difficult for us to support the military equipment, as I told you, because we have the legal constraints for that.
Do you know how they are doing in Japan, Ukrainians? How can you support them in Tokyo or maybe in other cities?
You know, Japan, it's very far away from Japan to Ukraine, so not many, you know, Ukrainians can come. But we are, you know, supporting them, and we are welcoming them. And not only Tokyo or Osaka, big cities, but also, you know, small cities, you know, the municipalities, local governments, they are very willing to help Ukrainian people. So the authorities, business, and non-governmental organizations, everybody is helping Romanian people.
But you are also a member of Rammstein Coalition, and the international group of about 50 countries that support Ukraine to defend in front of Russia. Recently, your Prime Minister Fumio Kishida visited Kiev. We noticed that this was one day after the President of China, Xi Jinping, arrived in Moscow. It was for the first time since 1945 when a Japanese Prime Minister visited a war zone. And he mentioned that Japan will host a G7 meeting in May, and President Zelensky will attend online, probably. Will there be any crucial decisions at this summit?
Concerning the summit, which will be held in May, we are not sure which will be after you know, in the conference, and I cannot say much about that. But as you told me, on 21st of March, Prime Minister Fumio Kishida visited Kiev, and it's well, it tells something. I mean, it's a very big occasion for us all Japanese people and also Ukrainian people, I hope. And it has a very big significance. And at that time, we pledged roughly 470 million US dollars of assistance to Ukrainian people in the field of energy, and also to 30 million US dollars to NATO for the non-lethal defense equipments. So we pledged a lot again.
Do you know how was the meeting with the President Zelensky?
Well, it's well, as you know, it was published. I mean, broadcasted. It was very, you know, smooth and you know.
Also in Japan?
Broadcast very widely and very, you know, heavily. You know, we are very interested. We wanted to know much about, you know, the conversation between Prime Minister and Mr. Zelensky, the President.
What are the changes that came in relation between NATO and Japan since then, since the beginning of the invasion?
Yeah, the relation between NATO and Japan It had been getting closer because of the geopolitical situation, not only in Europe but also, Asia. I mean, Indo-Pacific. But the aggression of Russia has expedited the speed of to get closer of the two parties. The reason is that, as I just told you, it's the aggression of Russia is not only the matter of Europe, but it's the matter of the law. I mean, the order of the international world. So NATO, in that sense, NATO and Japan and like-minded countries get together and tackle the problems now. So in that sense, we should continue the good relationship with NATO.
Maybe to develop this relation?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's important for us to develop. Yeah, it's necessary for us to get more closer.
2 years ago, the director of the Sibiu International Theatre Festival, Constantin Chiriac, told me in an interview about the volunteer programs involving dozens of young Japanese, which he said he would help to reduce the symptom of depression. Probably you know this festival, it's huge. Can you tell us what it's about? Do you have any information about these Japanese volunteers who are coming in Sibiu?
The Sibiu International Theatre Festival, the relation between Japan and the Sibiu Festival is very huge and it has a long history. And, of course, many troops come and play in that festival. But also, as you told me, the volunteers, they share a very, percentage of the whole, Sibiu festival. And every year they come and help the managing and everything of the Sibiu festival. And I think I recognize that this year, in late June, it will be the 30th anniversary of the festival. And I think that, again, many Japanese volunteers will come and help the festival.
There is any concrete result of this program in Japan?
In a sense, the cultural, exchange is very important between Japan and Romania, and Sibiu Festival is one of the biggest events for the concerning thinking about the cultural sector. So I think it has a very big impact in Japan as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.